Alright, you wonderful people, let's do this. I ate part of a, tiny raspberry cheesecake that had, it's like an edible, so I think we only have a matter of time. Today I want to add a new feature to the website. I think we should be able to allow editing of news posts instead of just creating of them. This will allow us to save, basically, it's going to allow us to save what we input into the form in Markdown into the database, so that's easier to recreate that type of news post in the future. So for example, if I go to newfreeplay.com, log out. So if I try to log in with my admin account, which, hold on, I need to open my password manager off screen, obviously. So if I log in with the admin account on this website, admin, create news post, what we put in here, it's going to be captured into a new database column, so I can just copy and paste that. The next time I want to create a very similar news post, like for pure PK turn news, I'm just going to have to copy that from the database from a new column, and then that's it. But also I think we should just be able to edit news posts. So I'm thinking we want maybe an admin tools page, or part of this page where it says, hey, you're an admin. So I'm going to show a bunch of admin tools. If we want to get really fancy with this, we could add like a table of news posts, kind of like we have for accounts. So let me see. So what have I done already? I started this a few days ago. Okay, so I was already updating submit news post to send the body JSON or body markdown to the API handler. So let's see if this works already. Actually, first I'm going to put this on this page. So let's go to account / index. I'm gonna put this into a div, I guess. Let's see. Because I want to create like an account management section of this page. So let's say like heading admin tools, and then body text, that's a stupid description. And then after this, we're gonna say, okay, yeah, so we should start with this, where it's like, okay, user, yeah, good job, Copilot. So let's see how that looks. Of course, I'm not looking at the local site. And I might need to hide this because I don't know what's going on now. Oh, I haven't run this yet. Let me close these two. Hope you guys are digging the wait music that you're hearing. Basically what this is. Run dev. Yikes. What happened? Alright. Go to the account page. It does have min tools. Okay, it shouldn't have that heading because there's only supposed to be one heading of that type. So let's see. I wonder if we have different variants for this. Okay, we don't. We could do like an H. Okay, well, hold on. Is this an H1 or an H2? It's an H2. Okay, let's just do this then, but different. So variant H3, and then change this to that. Import this, and then now that'll look a little bit different. Okay. So with this site, I usually approach styling with style components, which can be like a little bit annoying, but I kind of miss working with style components at the same time, so let's just try. Yeah, something like this. So you just import it, make sure you're using it in both places. And then that adds the spacing. Let's see. Somehow this says margin bottom 40 pixels. Doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's supposed to. I guess it's supposed to. It seems so bad. I think there's a way to prevent this component from using top margin. Okay. You can say top margin 0. To make this simpler, I'm gonna open this in a different browser so I don't keep clicking the wrong window. Maybe move this over too. Of course, I don't have this open here. Let's see. Okay, first of all, get rid of that. Try that. There we go. Okay, so yeah, this looks decent. I don't know. I'm not feeling creative right now. I feel like I just want to implement this feature and I don't want to worry about what this page looks like. I don't know. I think we're not going to worry about it right now. Why is there still so much spacing between... Stop opening mobile mode. Okay. It's a different browser, so now I gotta do like a ton of things, but basically there's like way too much space. I think we'll just try to override it. So like, yeah, this needs to not have this much spacing. I think you can just create a heading like this. Like, import it, and then it might override whatever it has. Because we only want like 20 here. There we go, because now it has 20. Yeah. So this looks, you know, decent. I don't love it. Just to make this stand out a little bit more, we'll do something like this. Maybe a divider would help. Like, let's try like that. Oh, except this can't. We have to have this in its own. You can't have two child components or two child elements in a React area. Like that. That looks pretty cool. Maybe a bit more spacing. I feel like there's not an equal amount of spacing. Yeah, I think we'll say maybe this has more spacing below it. So we'll say 20, 0, because I think it starts with top, so then I'll give 20 to both. Now what is it barking about? Oh, okay, not using heading. There we go, now it's got 20 on the bottom, that's got 20 on the top. That looks way better. We're gonna fix these buttons to be less boring at some point, because it just looks really boring right now. But for now, this is cool. So, basically, if you're in admin, you'll see this. And then we'll say, how do we want this to look? I think we'll just add some buttons. Manage. See, now I gotta decide if I want to make a news post viewing page. Because if we don't, then for the edit page we have to say, okay, you need to provide a ID in the bar, which is not user friendly. In the address bar, I mean. You need to provide the ID of the news post you want to create. But if we had like a table where we were showing these news posts, then you can just like click a button next to a row, on a row. I don't know. I'm thinking for now we're just gonna I don't want to overcomplicate this. Whoa. this? Let's see. I mean, if we created a table page, I think that would work because then you can delete them too. So I won't have to use delete commands in the database like SQL query. I can just delete them via the site. But that's also dangerous because then if someone gets into my account, then they can delete a bunch of things. Let's start small. Let's just say, yeah, let's just say this. This will be a page that'll just ask them for the ID to update. And then, let's see. Sometimes when AI gives me like a suggestion, I'm like, I don't know if I want this. Update news post. First we'll put create. There you go. AI, you were basically right, except I don't necessarily know if I want margin right yet, so stop doing that. Create news post. Okay, so I did want margin right. See, sometimes AI knows what it's doing, except I don't like using the SX prop of emotion. I think it's kind of like lazy. So instead, we're just gonna say admin tools button area. Okay. Let's let AI get it sometimes. There you go. And then gap. Yep, exactly. Gotta put this in a div that we just created. Like that. Import it. Let's check. Okay. AI hadn't finished its work. Okay, so the gap is working, but that's not. So we're gonna have to add another CSS here. It says justify content center. Okay, cool. So now we just need to say, give us some space. Cool. Alright, and what was the gap between these two? Row gap was 20 pixels. Okay, it looks like it's more than 20 pixels because these don't seem like the same. No, this one says row gap is 10. Okay, we need this to be 20 then. There we go. That looks nice. Create news post, update news post. We could even maybe have this like just be a button that instead of this being a link, we can say on click equals handle update news post, which will be a new event handler. Feature coming soon. What I want to do here is just ask the user for a single value. I wonder if you can do that with alert. I don't think so. I think I'll have to add a modal here. I don't think this is something that will work, but the internet is saying it might. Okay, so this is saying it can be either string or null, so this won't work for TypeScript. So if user input is equal to null, then yeah, I guess we just say return, and then user integer is this, and then yeah, I think we should just do a number check. That's not a valid integer. Try again, noob. Yeah, sometimes AI helps you with like basics, getting basic structure of a function going. Yes, exactly. See, AI is like pretty smart when it comes to this stuff. So let's see. When I say update news post, it says please enter an integer. Let's say 67. Hit OK. It's gonna take us to a page that doesn't exist. Okay, cool. But that does work because basically, if I don't fat finger it, I'm gonna say I want to update news post with the ID 67 in the database, and so then, yeah, that works. I don't love like the font weight here, but whatever. Maybe it just needs a font size bump. Anyway, so that works. So we click create news post. It takes us to the news post page. We could maybe add like a back to account management link here. Or we could have like a cancel button that just cancels out of this page. Or I don't know, we could just use the back button technically. Okay, let's build this new page. Okay, so we need an ID folder, and then within that we're going to need index.tsx. So okay, so I think it's going to be really similar to create news posts, except it's going to be like, you know, the data is pre-filled and then you update it instead of creating it. We are gonna need a new, I think we're gonna need a new API endpoint, because this is saying insert. Alright, let's copy this as an example. Also, this should probably be renamed, because technically in both cases when you're creating and updating, you're submitting it. So, let's see. So, you need a user ID to check that it's a valid request. I think these are all valid inputs. I don't think it's a valid use case though to change the date posted. Usually we don't have to do that, and that adding that feature could be a little bit difficult. So I'm thinking maybe we can exclude this one. But updating the image is like, that sounds like a common use case. Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering how we check if they're an admin or not, because that should be done here. If someone's calling this remotely, we don't want it to go through if they're not an admin, if the session they provide is not for an admin account. So, alright, one thing at a time. Should block API call, this looks fine. Update image. I guess, ooh, okay, yeah, I guess we'll be updating the image. So update images, set image equals question mark, alt equals question mark, let's take another look at this like it was. So it's saying insert into images, where the output of this query, select select image and alt from images, where the county users, where ID is this, and is admin is 1 is greater than 0. Okay, so this is where when we were originally creating news posts and we're creating images, this is where it's checking if the person that's issuing this command, the context that they provided, which is this user ID, that is actually an admin account in the database. So if it's not an admin account, it won't do anything. I think the same is true here. Yep. So we can add this. Right, where the ID is equal to, I think this is actually what we want. Let's see what it's gonna do though. Select, oh dang it, it went away. So updated images where? Select image from news post where ID is this. Okay, so yeah, it's just checking that it already exists and that you're admin. Limit 1. Basically what we want to do, I think. I wonder if we should just be using like stored procedures or something. Okay, so we've got 2 question marks. And we've got a third. So this ID, I think we need the image ID. Because we're updating images where the image ID is equal to something. We can't update all of them. So we would need the image ID. And I think we also obviously need the news post ID. That comes later though. So yeah, image ID. Although this is wrong. It should be ID. Yeah. Although then why are we selecting the ID only to say where it's this? I guess that makes sure it exists. Yeah, so this becomes an existence check. so make sure it exists, and then make sure the current user is an admin. I don't know about limit 1 here. Maybe. Anyway, so that's where that goes, and then here we want one more, so yeah, I think we're good. We can get rid of this now. This is like unnecessary. This is like unnecessary nesting. Right? Yeah. Kill this one, and then affected rows is possibly undefined. I guess we'll say if there's an image and there's an image ID. Although, I guess how do we know if it's different? Let's see. Okay, insert ID wouldn't exist. And we don't need that anyway, because we have the image ID, which we're providing. Okay, so let's say let's do this how we did before. So write a new line, update, news, post query. Okay, let's see what AI is gonna do here. So we want to update title. We don't want to update date posted. But we do want to update. We do want to update title, body, and body input. Okay, so it's suggesting that we add this again. Select ID. I'm gonna hit tab, but we're gonna remove date posted. Okay, I think this is okay. So we're checking that exists in the database. Wait, no, this makes no sense because this where ID is already checking for that. So I don't know. I think it should be like this. Where ID equals question mark, and then and we don't need the second limit one then. So we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna start with title, and we're gonna go next to body, then body input. Then we're gonna say update where. This is the news post ID. Yeah, looks good to me. Let's get rid of this guy, and we'll put this here, and then we'll change this to update news post response. I'm gonna say either the user is not an admin or the news post ID does not exist. No AI, I don't want to add extra mystique. Add extra periods. So should we throw this error? I don't know. First I have to go back here and say, yeah, I just want to do that. Same thing, we have to remove the limit 1 at the end. I wish I could branch this off into multiple lines. I don't think it's gonna work. I guess let's find out. But I've always wanted to do this instead. I don't know, it kind of looks bad. You know, with all these, like, spaces. I'll leave it how it was for now. Okay, so we won't need the inserted news post ID because we already have it. News post ID. can just say updated news post with ID. Okay, this is looking pretty good. So now, see, now I think we have two pages that are going to have like very similar HTML. I think we should make a form for this. So if we go to create news post, basically some of this is going to change, but we should probably have the same form. So the alt text would load here, the image would load here, title and body would appear here, but body, when it loads this, it's going to load the other field that we added, the body markdown or whatever. So let's go ahead and I think this whole styled form could be put into a component. Let me put this into components, and I forgot we were using atomic design. It's been a long time since I've used atomic design. I think this is an atom because technically it doesn't have any, it doesn't use any like other atoms in our project, so yeah, this would go into atoms. Let's make sure that's still linked to correctly. Looks to be fine. I bet a lot of these now are not atoms anymore. Let's see. So it's only so there's atoms, molecules, organisms. A component is only an atom if it doesn't use any other components in this list, and it's only a molecule or organism if it uses an atom or an organism or a molecule. So like this is fine. Yeah, this uses atoms. See, body text, page heading. So this stays in molecules. Let's look at atoms though. That's fine. That's fine. Some of these are just style components. Okay, so yeah, this uses atom style table cell, so this is going to go into molecules now. This uses an atom, so we can move this down. Uses atoms. I thought there were too many. It looked like there were a lot of components in here. as we develop this project, I mean, sometimes you have to add a new import to some existing component, and then it kind of goes from an atom to a molecule. Hey, Christoph. Hey, High Scores hasn't updated me like 10 days, FYI. Which page are you trying to check? Can you give a link in the chat? Let's see. This is good. This is good. Okay, yeah, so this one needs to move down to molecules. Wait, we're looking at molecules. Okay, hold on. Where were we? I think we were here. Wasn't yesterday. Yeah, sometimes you have to refresh it twice. The first time you refresh, I think then it tries to get it from the server, and so then you just have to refresh it twice. I think I want to fix that though, because it's just kind of annoying. You do have to refresh it twice sometimes. Okay, inline link. That's good, but main navigation is also, yeah, main navigation has an atom, so that becomes a molecule. Okay, NPCI score menu becomes a molecule. So does NPC high scores menu item. Okay, NPC high scores table is also a molecule now. Let's see. Okay, it's got an atom, it's also got a molecule, so player high score table is an organism now. Okay, cool. So everything in the atoms folder, since we're using atomic design, is now actually an atom. We might have to go through these, because as these got moved around, they might use more organism, or sorry, they might use other molecules, so then we're gonna have to fix that. So let's see. Uses atoms, we're good there. This uses atoms. This uses molecules, so actually it becomes a organism. Community achievements table. Actually, this is an add-on. It should not be here. Let's move that to its correct folder. What did I just move? I don't think I did this right. I thought I moved the... I thought I moved the folder, not the file. There we go. That's looking good. This is also an atom, actually. Atoms, we're good here. This is good. This is good. Helpers, atoms. Helpers, yep, this is good. Oh, hey, what's up, Christoph? Yeah, we're just doing some cleanup of the components folder, so we're trying to stick to atomic design. So we're just, as components change, basically we need to update these and move them into the correct folder, because like, you know, sometimes you'll start with an atom and then you'll add some imports to it, and then from a design, from a like atomic design perspective, when you add an import to another component, it changes how it, you know, how it appears in the dynamic, in the list. Let's see, that cheesecake is kind of hitting now. The cheesecake, the special cheesecake I ate is starting to kick in now. So this one has an atom, so it does belong here. This one uses atoms, so it just belongs here. Atoms. Yeah, it's a cool practice. It just means, you know, you categorize some components as atoms and some as molecules based on how big they are and what their imports are like, and then you can just separate how you know, have those components in the project. Atoms, yep, this is good. Now logged in. That's good. Okay, so this uses a molecule, so this now needs to go down to organisms. This is NPC has scores menu. Okay, I thought I just moved this here. Maybe I didn't. There we go. Okay, this is just atoms. We're good there. Player lookup. This is an atom, actually. Player lookup, so then we can skip to R. Okay, I guess I need to check the style file too to see how this works. Yeah, so basically, Longbow has +3 accuracy. I posted in the screenshots channel of Neat. If you scroll up a little bit past Mappy's messages, it has +3 aim over the short bow. Sorry, over the crossbow. The crossbow has 12. The longbow has 15. But I don't think it really makes a difference at like 50 plus range, because you're gonna hit basically. So I think it's, unless you need the range, you kind of like the extra tile of distance, you kind of should just use crossbow. Okay, so we got an atom here. So that's good. Atoms, yep, this looks good. And then we're gonna leave everything here because we're gonna assume nothing moved from, something could have moved from molecules to atoms. And then this would become a molecule. Let's see. Yep, this is definitely organism, molecules. 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 Yeah, bolts are stronger, so I mean, I think it's way worth it. Unless, if we get to like a tournament where we have a weird range level where it's like basically the same max hit, I think then you could use a bow, but I think long or crossbow is basically always better because you have higher max hit technically, even if it's not a level over, it's still, you know, a half level over or something. Or half a max hit over, I guess. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, I think we finished cleaning up this. So now we have to think about what we're using here. This styled form uses a lot of things. I'm gonna say it's a molecule for now. We can just move it later if we need to. So we're going to create a new component. Actually, the better way to do this is to create a templated folder, which creates the subfiles. This is via just a library I found with React projects. So let's say news post form. Unless we already have that somewhere. News post form. Molecule. No, I think this is new. Should I make a DPS calc for range? Dude, I was thinking about that because in the tournament, I wanted to know like how much iron or armor helped against range. So I was thinking I could put in like the armor and defense bonus versus the range bonus and then see what the chances of it hitting are. But I think it's probably about the same as like no armor from what we saw today. But it would be a cool thing for the website. Okay, I think this is working fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go... Where's the new file I just created? It's not here yet. Okay. So we're gonna render that huge style form thing. And we're gonna have to import this somewhere. Get rid of some stuff that isn't relevant right now. I think all this stuff goes into... I mean, most of it does. Let's say style form. Copy this. Minimum copy this. Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be a cool idea. You know what? I think this is all gonna be, I think, all the same. Let's see. Yeah, because it gives you the answer. Okay. Yeah, I think we can copy literally all of these over to the new styles file. Because we're just moving all this stuff from like a page component to... Let's import that. Extended button props. Hope it's the same import. Yeah, it was. You can just delete this now. Delete. Okay, so hope that works. Let's say handle submit is a prop. Upload icon. This one should probably be first. Image preview URL. I'm starting to think these shouldn't be. Let's see, what does handle image change do? Yeah, that doesn't need to be there. And handle submit might be different between update and create, so that sounds fine. So all these, I think they're moving, but we're just gonna keep them both. You know, I guess might as well just get rid of them. Okay, this is all like not specific to one or the other. Some of the state here is gonna move over, maybe all of it. Not all of it. I think we won't have this one, maybe. Okay, I'm officially sick of that. Let's just play something else. We need these here when we submit, I think. Okay, we probably don't need this extra function. But, yeah, we're still, I think we still are gonna need this handle submit to be like external to the component, so, I don't know, for now let's just set this up. Okay, so now the parent of this component is going to be submitting it, so then We somehow need to send these things back. I think we might actually need this to be at the parent level, because then it can use all this data. Maybe. Okay, so I'm not sure we do need this in a different we could have this here, maybe. All right, if you guys haven't figured it out, it's the point where it's like I'm getting too high to do anything because of that cheesecake I hate before. It only took an hour to start going. I think we're just gonna have this in here though, in the component, and then let's see, where was that state I wanted to? It's down here. I think we want both of these too. Maybe this too. There we go. So let's see, import. Yeah, I'm starting to like feel stupid, like the brain isn't like putting it all together. So I don't know if I want this to go much further. Okay, so let's say we had it in here. We don't need it as a prop. So I think we're gonna maybe say if image, time to open MS Paint and draw. Oh no, I'm on the wrong page now. I'm editing the wrong files now. No, I think we just want to say, wait, where is that? Okay, there, it's down there. So I'm thinking we want to make this number or null, because if it's null, then it means it's new. And we're gonna say, comment this out. Let's see what we can draw. Wait, how do you even use paint now? Okay. Wait, it went away. Okay. So I'm gonna draw an RSC character. They look like this, right? They've got this line in their pants. Okay. They've got the plate body, and then they've got the weird, like, arm. They've got the big helmet with like the, you know, the thing on it that's on it, where it's like red and it's something like that. And then they've got like the weird eyes. Something like this, right? And then they've got the amulet, so like
I hardly know how to begin.
that looks like something bad. How does it look? It looks like this, right? Where it's like, okay, and then there's something in the middle. That's actually my interpretation of up here. Right there. Should we share this with everyone now? Let's see if I can put this in Discord. That looks decent. Okay. Anyway, we need to let's see. So if news post ID is not equal to null, then we'll say we're editing this. So we're gonna have a new thing that says update news post. What color am is that? Well, technically it was red, so. Okay, so if it's null, then we're gonna say create news posts. So let's change this to create news post. I mean, the user ID. This is gonna be string. Okay, so this is create news post. I think update news post is gonna be like pretty familiar, pretty much the same. I'm going for 4 prayer. I think that's even better. Yeah, recharging might suck, but it's not too bad. There's like a prayer altar right next to Edgeville, so. Okay, so if this were an update. I'm not sure if the next tournament will be in Varrock or Edge. Lately they've been in Edge, so I might just keep it that way. I used to switch it like every month or something. Update news posts. And the things we want to send to update news post. Where is it? I must have removed it. Okay, update news post. No, I meant like you said you were getting 14 prayers, so I was like, yeah, it might be annoying to have to go to the altar all the time. But what I meant is that there's the altar right next to it, which is that altar that's west of it. My body, my mind can't come up with the word. What is it? The Abbey or whatever? Whatever. You can go there and recharge. So, let's see. We're expecting user ID, news post ID. So, close this, close this, close this. Image ID. Somehow we're gonna need that. Okay, we're not gonna include date posted. Yeah, I mean, it has one downstairs on the west side, the west wing. There's an altar right there next to the monks. You can just pray there. Okay, so let's think. News post ID. Huh. Yeah, there's an altar in the Prayer Guild monastery. Where I was thinking of. It's on the left side, so. I forget what that looks like in RS2. I forget if they removed it. They might have removed it. Okay, so... we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think we're good. We just need to, why isn't this working? Oh, it's because it doesn't think. Oh, that's right, because it thinks it's going to be null, so. We'll just create an op. We'll just create a... Sorry, this is just supposed to be a number. Let's do this. Idea is idea is to put this here, and then yeah, now it knows it's not null.
1/3 of everything you get.
Image ID. Now, how would we get this? Maybe. Yeah, I think this would be passed to the form. So let's try this. I think I have to go, guys. My head just doesn't work anymore. If I have too much, I can't process things anymore. So it would just be really slow at this point for me to continue. So, Yeah, I feel like that's unique for me. It's like for other people, they can process weed fine. Whenever I get like a little bit of it, I'm just like, what? Like I'm just really slow. And yeah, so I can't process things very well right now. Don't worry though, because we'll be doing this again next Saturday. And I won't be doing the same thing, so don't worry about it.
That's a good.
I'll make sure that I have a clean head and such so I can help with this project. But we're almost there.
Trying to make a fool.
Yeah. My brain is just shutting down. Yeah. So I'll see you guys next Saturday. We will pick this back up and get this feature done. So see you then. Bye-bye. Thank you for jumping in, Chris Pal. Good conversation.